I'm Adam Kunsemiller with BoardGameGeekTV, and we're at Gen Con 2014. I'm joined by Craig Robertson with 1A Games, and we're here to talk about Tide of Iron Next Wave, the core set. So tell me what we have here.
Well, what we have is a sleeker, slimmer version of the original Tide of Iron, but it's only the box is slimmer. The whole presentation, you actually get more in the box than you otherwise would have. Our graphics designer, Mark Schumann, was not only able to reduce the number of punch boards that we have, but put more on them. So he did a fantastic job for us. So we're actually able to bring more elements into the game, introduce more plastic, a different variety of plastic, and give you a wider variety to make your own scenarios with.
Okay, cool. And what are some of the things that the Next Wave introduces?
The Next Wave introduces a couple of new pieces. These were from the Normandy expansion. This is the Stug 3 assault gun and the M10 Wolverine tank destroyer. What we wanted to do was mix things up, but not screw over the fans who already bought all the expansions. We didn't want to have anything in there that, oh, you have to buy the entire new core set in order to get like 4 pieces of plastic.
Okay, so this is fully backwards compatible then?
Absolutely.
Great.
Rules and everything. All we did was we applied the previous Fantasy Flight Games errata and facts and streamlined the rules for easier new player accessibility.
Okay, and for people who maybe haven't played Tide of Iron before, what's like a really high-level overview of what the game's like?
What you're going to do is, it's a tactical World War II game where if you have a tank piece, it represents a single tank. If you have a squad, it represents a single squad. One of the things that we're able to do with the game is do a lot of customization. Each of your units, each of the squads, is made up of individual figures. If you get hit, you just pull that number of hits worth of units out, and then all you have to do is count the units that are left when you make your next attack. That way you don't have to do a lot of math. Okay. The other thing that we do is we have specialization tokens. So you hook it into the slot in the back, and instantly these guys have Tommy guns. Now they have a bazooka. Cool. So at the beginning of the scenario, you get to make a lot of strategic choices just during setup. So we're pretty proud of that.
Okay, and so this is a 2-player game?
Yes, actually it's 2-player, but also scales very well up to 4. It's designed from the outset for team play because each nation has 2 separate base colors, so you can keep your forces different.
Right, and how long does a typical game last?
Depends on the length of the scenario. You can either do a small scenario of 1 or 2 hours, or you can break out a bunch of boards, set up 12 or 14, 16 boards, and play a monster game of 4 or 5 hours.
Right, you mentioned scenarios, so there's a bunch of scenarios included with the game?
Yes, not only did we include 3 new scenarios, we also rebalanced all the old scenarios. We've learned a lot about the game since then. We've had a lot of feedback from BoardGameGeek members, and we put a lot of effort into tightening up the scenarios, using a lot of new research that's been discovered since Fantasy Flight first did the game.
Okay, and for those that are interested, when will they be able to get this?
It's going to be in your local game store in a few weeks, but right now it is available at our booth at Gen Con right now.
Okay, great. Well, once again, that was Tide of Iron Next Wave.